Hi, and thanks for joining us. You are here to watch probably the biggest game in English football, arguably, depending on who you talk to. We are here to preview and give you the best bets for Manchester United, who are at home to Liverpool, two really illustrious clubs that have got such brilliant history in the top flight of English football and global football as well, of course, both being successful on the big stage. I'm delighted to say I'm joined by one of our OLBG members who's been successful in his own right on the global stage with regards to betting. Gio, how are you doing today?
I'm fine, thank you, Sam. I'm looking forward to this one, actually.
It's a huge game. Let's make no bones about it. Man United, Liverpool, no matter where they are in the league or what they're doing, it's a big game. We'll start by looking at the home side. Quick word on them. Obviously, the biggest story out the last week or so before the international break, David De Gea staying. Whether he was meant to be staying, whether it was a cock-up, whatever happened, he's at Man United. And the noises that we're hearing at this point in time as we record this, he's likely to start. Do you think he'll be in the right frame of mind? And is it a huge boost for the team?
It'll be a boost for the fans. Romero's not exactly been great, has he? He's been pretty poor. I think had Romero played well, I think he maybe not have been starting on some against Liverpool, but because he's not been great, I think Louis van Gaal's hand's almost been forced to put him back in the team. But at the end of the day, he's still a Man United player. Whether he's in the right frame of mind or not, he's got to pull on the shirt and go out there and give it his all. It'll be interesting to see, though.
He's got a European Championship spot he wants to nail down for Spain as well. He's not going to get away with being able to not play effectively. So I think that would be a concern for me. And I expect to see him fit and starting. I mean, from your point of view, could you imagine what's going to happen if United lose 3-0 at home and he's sat there on the bench still? He's got to be back in the squad.
Yeah, there's a bit of pressure on Louis van Gaal actually to play him. I think similar to the West Brom situation, the manager is ready for him to leave, and the board of either club, the two big boys that just didn't want to cave, did they? And it didn't happen. I think they're both to blame. But he's too good a player to have on the bench. You can't leave someone like that out, I don't think. I think he's one of the best keepers in the league. If he's on his day, he's worth points, plural, to Man United's campaign this season. We're only 4 games in, so it's still plenty to play for.
And I mean, looking at that particular player, he's going to be essential to United when you think about the fact that Liverpool, if they play as they did in that first half against Arsenal, it's really hard to assess Liverpool this season because I've seen them play really boring football against Stoke and they got the points. I've seen them play against your team, West Ham, and look, frankly, like they're in 2 leagues below. And I've seen them go away to Arsenal and play the first half like title contenders. If Liverpool turn up here, they're no forlorn hopes, are they?
No, I'm quite looking forward to it. Actually, I think this game is going to suit Liverpool more than the West Ham one did, and the Stoke one did. A bit like the Arsenal one did. It suited Liverpool's style, and I think this one will. Coutinho's missing. He's suspended. But I think that could actually help Liverpool, actually, believe it or not.
Why is that? Why are they going to be better off for not having their best player in the team?
Because I think against Man U, you're going to need work rate. And I think, while he does work hard, I think there's harder working players in that Liverpool squad. And it's going to give their other Brazilian a chance to take the stage, if you like. I think against West Ham, he was very restricted. He was out on the wing. And whenever he tried to come in, Coutinho was there. He was in his way almost. So I think we're going to see a lot more from Firmino on Saturday evening, actually. But like you said, he is their best player, but I just got a feeling that we're going to be talking about how well Liverpool performed. Whether they get the points or not, I don't know, because they performed really well at Arsenal and came away with just 1 point. But we'll wait and see.
Okay, we'll both go into the game that we've got there with identical league form. Obviously, United on the back of that dramatic loss to Swansea, which saw them go from I wouldn't say being comfortable, but leading to really falling apart. Liverpool with that really, I mean, probably the international break came at a good time for both teams, really. This game does see its fair share of red cards, as you'd expect. There's been some pretty famous ones over the years, 16 in recent history. We might give you a little quote on the price for a red card in that if you fancy a bet like that. And your average goals, if you like the over and unders, the average goals indicates you're only marginally better off going with overs. Gio, given these two teams and how they've been playing this season, I don't think overs is a bet many people out there would want to have to try and beat the bookies.
No, actually, when I was looking at this game, the first mark I looked at was the unders, and I was a bit disappointed to see that they were only 5-6. I thought that was too short. It's not worth the price for me because your bet could be over. If someone scores in the first 10 minutes, it's highly unlikely it's going to stay at under 2.5. I think that average goal still can be misleading because you have to remember the players that played in these clubs over the Premier League: Van Nistelrooy, Suarez, Sturridge. They've prolific strikers, and I don't think either side have got one just yet at the minute. But as you talked about the red cards, actually, that's something I've got down here. It's 46 games. That's 16 red cards coming in 46 games. That's almost 1 in 3, which is massive, actually. And I've got 5-2. I don't know if that's the best price, but I've got 5-2 down here for that red card. And Michael Oliver is the referee. He loves a red card.
You need a very small sort of introductory song when you want to mention referee Gio, because anyone else would know. Gio is mad keen on his referee stats, so that's particularly why I got that stat in there. But I'll let you finish off, Gio. Michael Oliver, tell us all about him then.
Just loves a big decision. He's not afraid to make one. He's got the cojones that a lot of referees lack, I think. At Old Trafford, if a Man United defender pulls someone down in the box, he's not afraid to show that red card and send him off. And previous, or still some referees would hesitate, and the moment would have gone and they can no longer blow the whistle. They've missed the point where they can blow. Michael Oliver is the best referee in England, in my opinion.
Okay, bold shout. Gio tries to give you punters at home a bit of an edge there. You'll notice on all of his videos he mentions referees. If you hit subscribe, you'll see them all there. He is the man for referee stats. It's one of the strongest points he has. Well, one market I'm going to touch on that we've not got on the screen, but I just want to get Gio's view because he made a comment. Didn't think that they had a player that's going to be scoring goals prolifically. I'll give you a mythical £5, Gio. You can have a first goal scorer of Wayne Rooney or Benteke. And tell me why neither of those, in your eyes, are those prolific scorers that the clubs need.
I just don't think Wayne Rooney's an out-and-out striker. I think he needs someone up front with him. I've said it many times in the past on the shows that he's his own worst enemy. He just cannot stay up front and just be an out-and-out striker. He comes deep looking for the ball, and I don't think Man U's style of play suits him to be a striker, in all honesty. And it's a shame because I do actually like Wayne Rooney, believe it or not, but I just don't think his style is set up. Benteke, I actually forgot about him, truth be told, Sam. I really like Benteke, but I have to. Their last performance when they played West Ham, he was missing. I didn't see him the whole game. It was just he wasn't even man marked out the game. It just didn't happen. There was no service to him. I wonder if Henderson missing that game had an impact. Maybe they were missing their captain, and James Milner maybe isn't quite captain material as Henderson is. No one can question Henderson's passion and desire and commitment, if you like, the way he roars at his players and gets them worked up. But there was something lacking in that Liverpool game, actually, when they played us. And it was worrying if I was a Liverpool fan.
Well, obviously, Man United are going to have the additional services this time around in this particular fixture of Anthony Martial. Now, I'm not going to sit here and quiz you on him because, let's be honest, I had football experts on Twitter going, who's this guy? I don't know, or I know very limited knowledge about him. Do you think he'll get thrown in at the deep end? I mean, he's 6-1 to make first goal scorer. I can't imagine he'd start, but or do you think that'll be Van Gaal's style? We've seen him make some brilliant and bizarre tactical decisions throughout his career. Do you think he might throw him in and go have 20 minutes at the end, or do you think he'll start him?
If they're winning, I think he'll come on. But if they're losing, I think Fellaini's coming on. It's just the way he works, I can tell you now. If I could put a bet on if Man U are losing, Fellaini's going to come on, I'd throw my mortgage on it. But I've never heard of this boy, truth be told, Sam. I've looked into him and I've looked at his stats. They're okay, but
it's good. Like let's not. I think a lot of people were going, "Oh, well, he's done nothing, etc., etc." What he has done is fair. What they've paid for him and what people think his value is probably an argument for a different video. But he could make himself an instant hero, and I don't know. I would sooner, if I was a Man United fan, I'd sooner be seeing him come off the bench than Fellaini with 20 minutes to go. Fellaini's 8-1 for first goal scorer. If you feel like Gio says maybe Man United are struggling, 0-0, 20 minutes to go, they'll go for the big man. Liverpool's weakness. I don't think Liverpool's weakness is in the air at the back. Personally, I think it's on the floor. We saw that last week against West Ham, Gio.
Yeah, they struggled in there as well. Actually, 2 of our goals came off crosses, which were poorly cleared, but I suppose one was a low cross. They were just so shaky at the back. Lovren was just, he looked like a confidence defender. He ran towards his own corner flag and passed it to our striker and almost had a seat at the edge of the park while he ran into the middle of the box. But I don't know. There was something funny about Liverpool that day, but I think a lot of people spoke about how poor they played, and I thought it was a disservice to my own side, actually. I thought we were fantastic, but you have to remember, we also beat Arsenal, so maybe we just set up really well against these bigger sides under Bilic. But I'm actually willing to write off Liverpool's defeat last weekend, Sam.
Yes, so that brings me nicely to your bet with Bet365 that Liverpool are going to win either half at 11-8. This is what you thought on this. They might nick an early goal and take the first half, and then Man United may produce a devastating comeback, but you're not worried? Or do you think it could be even just 0-0 and Liverpool nick the points?
There's a few things in this. My first one was when we did the Arsenal-Liverpool game. I picked up this bet, and I was fuming at half-time that Liverpool were not leading. They'd hit the bar, they'd hit the post, everything. Did everything but score. Benteke missed from 2 yards out. Just everything went against me, and I actually genuinely thought I was just unlucky with that bet. I thought it was right. I still think it was the right bet to make. It was just unlucky.
So you're going again?
I then watched Swansea Man U, and Man U are pass, but there's no creativity. They've got Depay out in the wing, and it's just, he's just wanting the ball, but it's just not happening. And I just think that 1 goal in a half is enough to win a half in this game. I think the margin is so slim. I think if Liverpool score, I think Man U will struggle, and we'll see Fellaini come on in the second half. But like I said, against another show, Man U could be 3-0 up at half-time. It doesn't matter. Your bet resets at half-time, and you go again. So you've got 2 chances with this bet.
Okay, interesting stuff, and it's not the worst price in the world we've ever seen. Just looking through some of the specials, actually, while we wait to just discuss the OLBG members bet. Just at 4-1 for a penalty anytime. A few people like to go in on those sort of things. If you think Manchester United, let's be honest, Manchester United's best performance of the season came in Europe, Gio. Do you think that style of football is going to suit them in the continental tournaments, but really make them struggle at home?
I think it's going to suit Louis van Gaal more. I think he understands the European culture, if you like. I think he's suited to that. We've seen it at the World Cup. He knows how to play this sort of tournaments. For whatever reason, it's not worked so far in England. I've seen stats comparing him to Moyes. They both managed roughly the same amount of games because obviously Moyes had the Champions League in his first season, first bit. There's not a lot of difference between them, and I think he's struggling with the English way. I don't know what it is, but there's something about him he's struggling with. But the more I see Schweinsteiger and Schneiderlin in the centre of midfield, I can see what he's trying to do. But it's going to take a long time, I'm afraid, for him to implement that at Old Trafford, and a lot of patience.
Yeah, it's pretty overwhelming, though. I must say, the OLBG members that you share our website with are going completely against you. They think Man United will win, and they think evens is a fair price. You don't, well, in years gone by, you wouldn't have got too much evens about Manchester United at home. And I suppose in years gone by, we wouldn't have thought that skinny either. Obviously, United's home record, it's not what it used to be, but it's still pretty intimidating. And Liverpool are going to set it up to counter-attack, surely, Gio, especially without Coutinho.
I think so, but that's going to help Liverpool. I think if Liverpool sit in and ask Man U to come up with the questions against their defence, and if their defence can remain sturdy, I think Man U will struggle. They'll pass around outside Liverpool's 18-yarder, but Mata can create something out of nothing, and Depay's got a good cross on him. But who else can create something? Schweinsteiger's got good vision, but it's just there's no one making the runs for him or that yet. He's having to point and tell people where to go, and that's got to be worrying. That someone's having to tell his teammates what space to walk into. But it'll come. It'll click eventually, I think.
Okay. Well, that's very interesting. I want to thank you. Go on, what are you going to say?
I just think they're going to have to be very patient to allow his teammates come up to Schweinsteiger's level, if that makes sense. I watched him against Scotland for Germany. Unbelievable. He's just ridiculous.
Yeah, I know what you mean. The Man United team probably aren't on the same level, bar possibly Rooney and Mata with him. I've just dug out a little bit just for anyone watching that goes against what Gio says. Bear in mind, he slated Benteke and Wayne Rooney. you can get a price of 15-2 with Paddy Power for them both to score in the game and leave Gio, our pundit, looking very silly. So if you like that kind of thing, why not? Don't forget, guys, subscribe and comment to the videos. We love your views. It's not all about Gio and I. I've had a really quick question in on Twitter, Gio, because I put one out ahead of this particular broadcast that we filmed. Who finishes higher? You've got £100, Manchester United or Liverpool? Match bet.
Oh, that's a question. Liverpool.
Wow, Gio goes to Liverpool. There you have it. Guys, comment on the video. Tell us who's going to finish higher out of these two teams. It's a huge derby game. Don't forget to like and subscribe. We're here to try and help you beat the bookies. Gio, thank you for your time today.
No problem, Sam. Thank you very much.
That's all right. And enjoy probably the best derby in the world. We said it ourselves. Manchester United take on Liverpool. Good luck with any of your bets. Don't forget to subscribe and we'll speak to you soon.